5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Sand is the natural enemy of fire and civilization. In the desert, ruins are all that remain to tell the story of the past. Yeah, yeah. Huh. Rah! Rah! Tch! Tch! Huh.
Alright, I guess it needs some sound effects so you could hear the weapon swings.
Uh, where's my key?
Where is your key?
The ability to appreciate beauty is. Hey-ya!
Puzzle time.
Tuh.
So what am I rotating? Oh, Seriously? The orb went back? Like he passed the wall. And then
Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need you to decipher. I've sent it to your screen. Do you see it?
Got it. It's a little blurry, but I should manage.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text directly to you from now on.
Let's start with this one. It's a variant of an older script. Herein lie verses written for the Yellow Sands. Looks like cultural information from the age of King Deshret.
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun. I had no idea Aru kept a record of this.
Well, as
Interesting.
long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now. Where's my key? Not again.
interesting.
My latest design's getting there, but there's still room for improvement. Better make my finishing touches before the deadline creeps up. Where's my key? Not again. It's good to get out and stretch your legs once in a while. People aren't made to stay cooped up inside all the time. The ability to appreciate beauty is an important virtue. Where's my key? Not again. It's good to get out and stretch your legs once in a while. People aren't made to stay cooped up inside all the time. The ability to appreciate beauty is an important virtue. Where's my key? Not again. It's good to get out and stretch your legs once in a while. People aren't made to stay cooped up inside all the time. Where's my key? Not again.
Alright, I guess that's enough of that.
My latest design's getting there, but there's still room for improvement. Better make my finishing touches before the deadline creeps up.
Great. First try.
Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, done. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out.
First try. Was that thing just hovered in the air, waiting for me to open the gate?
Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but it also contains records left by the artisans who built Aru.
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the parts worth keeping.
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really happen.
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive, including blueprints for their escape route.
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do it.
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling, this cross between reality and the intangible. It's like drifting between life and death, or in and out of a dream, using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of Sumeru as well?
Whoa! It's so big the Crocodile King!
Greetings, Crocodile King.
Wait, I spoke up.
Be at ease. I'm just here to chat with you about Lesser Lord Kusanali.
Sounds like you really care about her.
You never met her?
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of both concern and curiosity that I feel.
Speaking of Nahida, Paimon was wondering how she's doing.
Wait a moment.
What is it?
I
It's
tried
memory?
calling out to a pep, but there was no response. This can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of Lesser Lord Kusanali.
All the gods who served King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that a pep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made a bad impression on you or something.
Are you aware of the history between
sometimes
her
I forget.
and our king?
That
The story
Paimon
begins
voice
a long time ago.
acting is different.
Al
Voice actor is
Ahmar
different.
Was always a wishful thinker where the Dendro dragon was concerned. Without consulting her, he decided to list her among the 7 pillars. and declared his own power to be far superior to hers.
That's why he did
was
that?
when our king was at the height of his power. Ibis Goti and I were no match for him, and so we chose to submit and serve as his ministers. But not Apep. No, she never thought much of him. To Apep, Al-Ahmar's pride and sense of superiority were nothing but ignorance and hubris. In fact, they fought numerous times, but usually the battle ended in a draw.
So,
In the end, King Deshret coveted the power of Celestia, only to end up corrupted by knowledge. His final act was to trick the dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear the torment of his sins. The Dendro Dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represented. All the gods, all the power.
so that's how she got corrupted by forbidden
And
knowledge?
so, her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. It makes one wonder whether, perhaps, the Dendro Archon assisted her in the past.
Yep, Nahida did her a huge favor.
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to the Dendro Dragon's many long years of torment. As much as she loathes the Seven, Apep knows kindness when she sees it. No wonder she was willing to make an exception.
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with her too.
That's so you got her to help.
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living
Well,
things.
clear she's fine with dragons.
Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. And this despite the fact that she symbolizes life itself. How ironic.
He symbolizes
All of
dragon
this
life,
being
huh?
said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change her
I wish she
hatred
was more
towards
involved in the
humanity
dragon's
and
lore,
gods.
like when we went to Natlan.
We'll keep that in mind. Anyway, how much longer do you think Nahida needs?
Because
to
not
deal
many
with
dragons look like a Pep.
For all
That she's
we know,
fucking massive.
Tui might still be in the desert. Just to be on the safe side, why don't we grab anyone who isn't busy right now and go look for— I'm alright, Paimon.
Hey, Nahida also could speak in her head.
It seems the treatment was effective.
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Oh shit, they showed up, huh? Both, huh? Why can't we see a Peppa? She needs needs to get like
Sure,
a...
will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not
Well, you can't really
expect
move
greater
further.
generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is, and how much hope it brings.
You dare appraise my being?
Pep better be
No,
playable.
I'm expressing my gratitude.
She gets too much screen
I
time.
want to thank you for sharing your precious life force with me.
Awake already. You are more resilient than I thought.
Pep, I feel much better.
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I
Bitch,
would
you are a
rather
god.
give me your assurance
A dragon
that
god?
the situation with Irminsul and Sumero's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible.
She is
You
Irminsul.
would not enjoy being held to account by me.
I understand what you require.
By
But I
then
would
she's...
assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumero is my responsibility.
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength is.
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Then hold steady.
Well, I'll be. Is that a pep?
So no one remember...
Do my
What's her
eyes
name? Let's Lord
deceive me?
Kusanali, Ruka
Of
Devada.
all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret?
I see that after all this time, El Ahmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
What a nauseating thought. You are not the first insects I have had the displeasure of dealing with today. A swarm of them tugged on my tail on my way over. Goodness knows what hovels they crawled from. Why do all the creatures of this world remain so lowly after all this time?
What are you talking about? Were there other people here?
What did you do with them?
I cast them away. What would you have me do? Keep them as trinkets? Booer, this is where we shall part ways. To be clear, I do not wish to see you or anyone else here ever again, unless absolutely necessary.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
It matters not to me. Simply
Try
refrain
this
from
fucking
bothering
mess up.
me again.
And they refuse to show her.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest in any of this.
Hold on, just hold on.
Hey, Paris here.
We
Or
made it.
Adidas.
Huh? Wait, that voice. It's
Oh yeah, we're missing one girl now. The girl from the Arenara quest. Because Paris Sarosh is bringing over Arenara. But we also have a situation where that girl who got the Dendro vision was trapped.
uh-oh, I'm gonna fall.
Bunch of Arenaras. So why does Sarosh have Arenaras? There weren't Arenaras over there. Arenaras are from the forest.
Well, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
Sarosh, the Bloom Guard of the ancient race that lives within the hemisphere. Dwell deep within the desert in order to keep that land. Younger, Paris was also fast, though she still enjoys being raised by others as much as ever after having complete the rite of Abu Vor with her Yasnapi. The Sharash of today has already grown into a mature.
The Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last thing I expected to see here.
Huh? Wait, what are the Arenara doing here?
What is the Sharash doing here?
The desert? Obviously, I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my Pari powers the whole way here. Oh, it seems
Paris sounds like it. It's Naida's voice actor,
too many people around?
but slightly
Not
lower.
just people. It's all these non-human beings, too. It's hard on them.
What?
I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I appreciate your... I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle
Does no
in.
one remember
Once I'm done,
Ukudavada?
I'll
Has
gather
everybody been
everyone to
affected by
discuss our
Ermiso?
next steps. Traveler, Paimon, shall we find a place for our friends to stay? Awesome! Let's get... Well, first I have some questions.
Does Nita still remember Ukudavada? Well, she remembers Scaramouche, so she should remember.
Okay,
Even when like she
think
had
that
a
covers everything.
information based
We can get
on
going now.
Scaramouche. So she probably has a book with a parable dedicated to remembering Ukudavada. Can't activate any abilities. Yeah, so it's pretty much a Avengers moment of Sumeru. But to be fair, Mondstadt is always an Avenger moment because Mondstadt always have like a festival and every character returns. But then again, this involves every single story quest, and I don't think Mondstadt has that many story quests unless they're gonna bring that girl back that that lost her memory recently in that quest. Adventure quest. Where is the voice acting? Can't see us. What? Where are we? Hey, this is such useless. or interactions.
Hello, everyone. It's only us. It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana doing well?
Have they also been corrupted by Ermin's soul and started killing each other?
Everyone's here. Good. Are you
So what are you doing
okay?
with them, Sarush?
You look like you were about to pass out. And you're forgetting who I am. Red Oh, excuse me! Are you comparing me to Paimon? I suppose everyone is gathered here because of me. As we can see, this... I can't thank you enough. Right now, we're focused on restructuring Aru. I can help too! Just let me know. Up to no good. Traveler, Paimon. I have other work to attend to here that needs to take... No problem? Thank you.
Yeah, interesting that we finally get to see your
There's
outfit in
one other
cutscenes. Huh?
thing. If you are to work alongside the people of Sumeru, you will need to make yourselves visible. There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do... Very well. Now, I shall bestow a small blessing upon you all. Whenever people see you and interact with you, from the moment their gaze meets yours, they will experience the most
What does
beautiful
that mean?
of dreams.
Do they fall asleep? Why do we do that?
Do not fear. We will face...
Was it almost like you want him to fall asleep? The moment they see you? Here.
Ah, everyone's here. Wonderful.
Dendro Archon, you're back.
Are you recovering all right? You mustn't push yourself too hard.
I'm doing very well. Thank you for your concern. I see. Using the power of Aru to reboot the Akasha and gain access to Ermin's soul. It's a sound plan, although... I regret to be the bearer of bad news, but with the state that Ermin's soul is currently in, it's impossible to access via traditional means. Even the Akasha won't change that.
Alas, we had feared this may be the case.
And what about non-traditional means?
Non-traditional means?
Are you saying...
Desperate times call for new measures.
That guy. Never. So we went while Sign was already here or something? What a team we have here. We have Fire, Hydro, Dendro.
Behold!
Wait a minute, that wasn't even like over the wall yet.
We're here!
Ah, it's you. Is there a situation?
First hat guy.
The Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words, there may well be a traitor among us.
Given everything that's going on, I'd be more surprised if there wasn't.
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence broker, I trust you have a solution?
Not one that I'm willing to volunteer. What's in it
Bitch,
for
what?
me?
Let's
Yo,
say
we
I'll
need
treat
your help
this as a
here, not your
pilot
attitude.
project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities could never hurt.
I like the sound of that. Glad we're on the same page.
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one at Caravan Rebot knows who you are.
I take it you've read the files on everyone in the area?
Yes, I also skimmed the list of evacuees, and am more or less up to date on where everyone stands.
Any initial suspects?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as suspicious, I've identified 3 names. The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have 1 suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger, and in all likelihood has already left Caravan Rebot.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this stage is almost certainly with the Fatui.
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at a time like this. This spy must have been planted long ago. We need to smoke him out from wherever he's hiding.
Sounds like you have the beginnings of a plan. I see. Your suspicions are well founded. I'd be watching him too if I were you.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some...
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not based in Sumeru, so barely anyone at Caravan Rebot knows who I am.
Not way too.
And you're certain you've never encountered this person in Nodcry?
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact with Sumeru mercenaries besides Jet. There's no way he could have seen my face before. Sino, stay out of sight and wait for my signal. If he raises an...
Understood. I'll take it from there.
Excellent. Well,
Why is she here, by the way?
it's a pleasure working with you.
Interesting enough, she's the best character. Well, no, she's character, but if you were to pick up between her, Z-Bai, and best one to pick,
Darker skin.
well, she might not be strong as
scars,
Z-Bai, but she,
frequents the desert and has ample combat
Um,
experience.
at a point early enough where her strength was strong enough, to basically.
Nothing unusual about how he dresses or acts. What's that he's looking at? A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently discreet for
Whereas
someone
Z-Bai
trying
came
to hide any unexplained income.
relevant for
And yet it could be highly valuable. Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left? I don't suppose you happen to see a lady wearing a hat?
Ma'am, what are you doing in Caravan Rebat all by yourself? The main group evacuated some
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so late. And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large groups on my way here.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side,
Sure, she has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress. You'd definitely know if you'd seen her.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Core of 30 are
Blonde
under
hair.
orders to be extra cautious when
Stonewall
dealing
Lumi.
with unknown people. Who
I understand. Well, sir, is there any...
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people anyway. We have plenty.
That would be amazing. Traveling with a group will be much safer.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done.
All right, thanks. Let me know if you need a hand carrying anything.
No need for that.
Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you. Guess it's my lucky day, running into someone who knows what they're doing here. You might have just saved my life, you know?
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is so important that it's worth risking your life to get back?
I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be sure to keep it to yourself.
Oh, really?
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legitimate means. We have to be very discreet when we're...
Ah, no wonder. Well, ma'am, in that case, it turns out that maybe there is something you could do for me.
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask. We don't want...
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is, I have something that's a little difficult.
Thanks for. Efforts disciplined.
Pure gold. That's quite something. How'd you come across it? Dig it out of some ancient tomb?
If you look hard enough, there are many treasures to be found in.
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the lookout for an opportunity to make a quiet trade. Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the wrath of my
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to deal with them.
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see.
As it happens, I'm just about done.
Sure.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am. I don't know how this happened. One thing led to another, and look how it ended up. I just hope our client doesn't get spooked and cancel their order.
Fingers crossed. But either way, life goes on, and we all have to make a living somehow.
Alright, that took a long time. This can't be where the cutscene. If this is where the cutscene transitioned, a good chunk of that conversation would have been off. Yeah, a good chunk of that conversation would have been off if I did.
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait! What?
Is that a signal? Like, I thought everything was fine.
This is the coin? Sadly, you won't have the chance to spend it.
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are...
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, here's what's gonna happen. Southeast from here, leeward side of the hill. That's where he's meeting his contact.
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogation skills are high.
Hers are quickly catching
She
up.
know Candace, but she doesn't
She's
know.
improved a lot in recent years. Looks like it's over to you for the next step.
Because I'm quickest on my feet?
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it'll be easier to monitor their activity from the air.
Fine.
And block his vision.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon. Once you're done with this...
Got it. Will do.
Are you sure you'll be okay?
Gee, I don't know. Maybe you should come with me.
Can't tell. He's
Okay.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right?
Paimon, are you sure about this?
you talking about she's going by herself?
Well, Paimon at least wants to give it a shot. Like everyone says, if you never besides, being the best guide into that has to count for something.
We've had an opportunity to
This
play
should
as
be a
Paimon
piece of cake.
directly, move her around.
Fine. Join me if you want. But be
Here, I thought it
warned,
was gonna be Paimon and
if
Traveler
anything
when she
goes
said
wrong,
sure.
I'll have to gag you and shove you into a bush.
No need. Paimon will be super careful.
Good. Then
Are we
what are
being
we waiting
separate?
for? Let's go.
Ah, coming, coming.
Is us and Paimon?
Squall and Fury.
You have to go there manually.
Too slow. Behold!
Hawkeye! Wait up!
We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah, cool.
I thought you were me.
What's on your mind, Paimon?
Huh?
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep. Why the sudden urge to go on a dangerous mission?
What's that supposed to mean? Paimon's been on plenty of dangerous missions before.
But never on your own. You hardly ever leave. Just saying. I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen. If not...
Hawkeye? Do you think Paimon is useless?
What?
Essa?
When we were in Notcry, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with the Traveler every single day, whenever we face real danger, she can't do anything to help. Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the Traveler got kidnapped that time. What if he never came back? What would Paimon do then? And the more Paimon thought about it, the more useless she felt. But Paimon doesn't want to be a burden. Paimon wants to be a friend who's actually useful. Does that make any sense? You know, that feeling of just being completely useless and... Oh. Paimon probably sounds so ridiculous right now.
You asked the right person. Boy, do I know that feeling.
Oh, that guy.
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. When you start doubting yourself, you have two choices. Give up or change. You have to make the decision to move forward. Otherwise, no amount of consultation from other people is gonna help you. So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Whatever it is, go do it. You won't have any regrets, If you can at least say that you tried.
Oh, alright.
Something's not right. Shouldn't they be here by now? Paimon, is it just me? Or is it a little too quiet around here?
Should Paimon take a look?
We'll give it another hour. If nothing happens, we head back.
Okay. How strange. We've been here for ages. Where the heck are they? Have we been stood up? What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation. But I can't quite... We know for sure that the guy Sinocot had something set up. Yet somehow his contact is a no-show. So, either the handler got caught, or, more likely, they decided to cut our guy loose.
But how would they know to do that? Wouldn't they at least send someone here to check things out?
That's the problem. They couldn't possibly know what's happening here. Unless... This feels all too familiar. Come on.
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how grateful I am to each and every...
Shesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance of Aru.
Bennu.
Please forgive their absence. As for Hermanubis, may he rest in peace.
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Time has taken many things away, but that which remains is all the more resilient.
Who was they replace the idea of Ruka? Like, clearly there's... Flowers, Escherite. Who was the Dendro Archon to memory? What is it?
I must say,
Jason?
there is one thing that rather... You appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusadali. But even so, I can sense that...
Oh no! So even don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well. The issue is how closely I am tied to Irminsul. And Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during your absence. When gods pass away, inevitably, people's faith in them grows weaker. You must have sensed it already. Your power...
Regrettably...
I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul.
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I, gods and...
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods remains in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility to support... Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this prison of Aru. Times have changed, and the people of today possess greater wisdom than those of the past.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Koti.
Now then, let us learn more about your plan.
The brightest minds of the Sumeru Academia are busy opening and renovating Aru. They claim it has something to do with...
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Teyvat since the very beginning. But during the Age of the Dragons, it did not possess the significance it holds today. After the heavenly principles arrived, the power of the Light Realm was divided into elemental energy, and Irminsul was refashioned as a device that records and preserves all information. Since then, everything in this world has been inextricably linked to it. As the Dendro Archon, I have a duty to protect Irminsul. To Sumeru, it is both a knack Teyvat has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was a major crisis in Notcry, which forced Sumeru to be even more vigilant than usual. I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. But despite my efforts, a major problem still arose within. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to, the intruder chose instead to utilize the most direct route. And the only one that cannot be protected against. By entering Irminsul through death.
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls from returning to the ley lines because of a potential invasion that could occur at any time.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I couldn't allow myself to stop the souls of the departed from finding peace.
Please, understand how difficult this predicament was for the Dendroarchon.
Defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted. Soon after that, the tree began denying access to any connections.
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster. There will always be trials and tribulations for the world to endure.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find a way to break through the lockdown and connect to Irminsul.
And this is why you need Aru.
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function and performance is Al-Akhmar's legacy, Aru. All I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using Aru is a last resort, and a move that comes with enormous risks. The scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akasha, then use the Akasha to connect to Irminsul and investigate. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered far greater damage than they first thought, rendering that plan futile. To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to a more extreme and far costlier means. This has led to a number of new contingency plans. To reclaim Irminsul, our brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind. I thank you all for giving them your blessing in this endeavor.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support, but that of the Jinn, the Aranara, and the Pari.
Together, we will do everything in our power to save Irminsul.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost sounded as if you knew who you were dealing with and what they were capable of.
Well, since you ask.
Seriously? Hey, is it about to burn? Did I miss something?
Master Tainari! What is that?
Is this Irminsul? How did this happen? What's going on inside?
Luckily, we managed to evacuate everyone.
What in the world was that? That was terrifying!
I have to press X, and this is gonna go to the next scene.
Oh my. I understand now, Dendroarchon. You make yourself quite clear indeed.
Not once over the millennia has Irminsul been so terribly afflicted as this.
Please continue, Dendroarchon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, an evil intruder is making it reveal itself. It has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to a new stage.
Blasphemy. From where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy sounds rather improper. But
What he said.
if we are to honor Dottores' will, this is what we must do.
Actually,
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this incident is connected to him. But to explain the situation in full,
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in the desert once. A man of supreme arrogance. So this is
You mean
where
you
it
saw
has
him in the
taken him.
You mean like
But didn't Dottore die and not cry? How is he still able to do it?
he must still have loyal followers amongst the Fatui. Even so, I'm still unclear as to how he has been able.
I can confirm that Fatui forces have arrived in Sumeru City. Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are slowly but surely... Sorry. I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical entities yet, after all. But they are gradually becoming real.
A baleful tree, climbing.
Speaking of Dottore, I have some information on that. I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after he was caught. They wrote him off from the beginning.
You mean the Fatui never intended to follow through with him? Then why plant a mole at all?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and the rationale behind it is pretty twisted. But as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to it, his goals are very simple. He just wants to confuse people, so they can't figure out what he's up to. He's been a collaborator of Dottore's from the outset. That fact alone confirms that Dottore is involved with this somehow.
There is still much to be done. Everyone, please
Wish
remember
we got more
our
lore
core
aboard the Twitter.
strategy.
As per the discussions, the following groups must act immediately. Mr. Alhaitham and Mr. Kave, the next phase of the Aru renovation project must...
We'll give it everything we've...
The plan looks
I
feasible.
think one of the sages
but
be
the implementation will require certain resources.
General Mahamatra Sino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying the terminal.
No problem. I've already spoken with Sethos and Hat Guy, and they've agreed to assist me.
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed, right? Hat
guy.
If it's efficiency you're after, we're the right people for the
They
job.
should have just kept him and gave him a fucking
Following up
proper
on the
name.
elemental energy amplifier we discussed. Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one most familiar with the status of this project. Aside from the Dendro Archon, of course.
Yep, that's right.
Got it. Well, I'd like Madame Farazan, Kale, and Nicole to support Dory on the technical side.
You can count on us. Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take good care of Kale.
Kinda crazy that
Dia, Candace,
Cole
and
is
Nefer,
short.
you'll be in charge of negotiating between the various parties.
Nicole's been showing
I
up
trust
whenever
you
the Torta
remember our
does
goal.
like every time the Torta
You
did
bet.
something.
We can handle it.
Hot waifus, you guys go be. Oh, Candace is here. The hot waifus responsible for and keeping us.
Good. I believe that covers everything. Tainari will provide ad hoc support as needed, if that's okay.
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around all day, every...
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you old rascal.
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt there will be many situations where...
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, you and I will head to the border between... Once that task is complete,
Crazy
I'll
if
be
a week
asking
shows
some
up, huh?
of you to accompany me to the Eternal Oasis.
The Eternal Oasis? I thought that was just a legend.
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. Unfortunately, Sumeru is all but completely cut off from the outside world, so regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mawika the grand reception that she deserves.
No point putting too much pressure on yourselves.
Mawika's showing up, huh?
That goes for everyone.
Right. Especially you, Dendro Archon.
Don't worry about me. The Dendro Dragon's life force will sustain me.
Plus, we'll be there
Yes. I believe in myself. Well, time to get...
Want to teleport there? That's cool. I want to see if Candace and
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how
I
successfully
love
the
how his
Akasha
voice
can be
acting, though.
modified and configured.
Like
And to
he
make sure
sounds
the
like
configuration
his
will work,
voice
Aru will also
fits
need some further
perfectly for the way he
optimization.
looks.
Yeah, no surprises there.
Once we roll this out,
Yeah, his
any
cadence
Sumeru
is the thing
citizens who
about the
already
voice is
have
really
Akasha terminals can simply continue to
Personality.
use their existing devices. This
And
still
so does
leaves us
Kabe
with a
too.
significant equipment shortage,
That you're
though.
perfect, just that I'll hate them as
Many
a cool
groups of
voice.
people were never issued Akasha terminals, including mercenaries, the desert folk, and many others.
We'll need a supply of
Focus
rare
on racist, huh?
materials for the renovation of Aru and the production of new terminal.
Why do we care about that?
Time is not on our side here.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out by you two. Everything's riding on this, so failure is not an option. As discussed, General Mahamatra Sino and Mr. Hat Guy will source the required material. Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum. With him accompanying them, things should go quite smoothly.
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may as well take a breather.
Makes sense. There's not much we can do until the
Get information and stay close.
What is this, boot camp?
It's just Sino being Sino.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs, dismantle them, and extract the...
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed to this?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words, not mine.
Seriously, I have to play as this character. Oh god. This is all 3 DPS characters, don't synergize at all. They roll buff that.
The wind rises.
Oh no, we have to fight these things.
Unsightly insects. Way ahead of you. Move or be moved.
Futile! Judgment is upon you. You stand condemned. Your penance is due. You stand condemned.
This is not fun, by the way. Well, these characters don't synergize, they suck.
Behold.
Upon the gale.
Excuse me. By the sage's wisdom.
Cry louder! You're dead! Squall and fury!
Okay, so
Nowhere to run! Your sins weigh upon your soul! Guilty! You stand condemned! Your penance is due! Guilty!
Move or be moved. Way ahead of you.
The wind rises.
Futile!
Excuse me?
Surrender! These devices should still be usable even though they're broken down. Let's take them back for the others to review.
I'd get me. Get this one.
Quit following me.
Through me, justice is served! Your penance is due! You stand condemned!
How many do we need again?
Enough to make an Akasha terminal for everyone who doesn't own one.
I remember you telling me how revolutionary these Akasha terminals were. You've used one before, right?
The academia declared and comprehensive wisdom dissemination system in history. That should give you an idea of how powerful it is.
Certainly sounds impressive.
Neither Hat Guy nor
Ooh,
I
right
have ever
around.
had an Akasha terminal.
Well, if it all goes to plan, that's about to change.
Oh, goody! Thank you so much for handling the delivery. What a long way it was. You've really outdone yourselves. I'm well aware what a bumpy, dangerous journey it must have been. Now, I would have loved to oversee the process myself, but of course, those of us who know the plan can't leave the mausoleum.
Oh, trust me, I'm patting myself on the back for my assembly work here. Simply flawless work. But will you really be needing all of this?
According to our plan, yes, this is the quantity required. I have no complaints about the quality either. Only the price. So expensive.
I heard you covered a lot of the funding out of your own pocket.
Oh, that's an exaggeration. The academia provided most of the funds. I just offered a small token of my goodwill. Of course, the real tragedy is how little profit I'm making on this. You know, it's a serious crisis when you can't even make money out of it.
It's really quite a beautiful design. And I'm intrigued by how such a diminutive device is able to output the power of the Light Realm.
Did you attend the lecture on Light Realm energy, Madame Farzan? I don't believe I saw you there.
Of course I attended. I was just a little late, so I had to listen to the whole thing from outside the back door. Ahem. Anyway, I have a perfectly good understanding of Light Realm, elemental and abyssal energy, as well as the relationship between the three.
Good to know. Master told me in private that the conversion process between Light Realm energy and elemental energy involves highly classified knowledge that shouldn't be disseminated too widely. But even so, The scholars still shared said information.
Well, you can't enforce a rule that everyone breaks. Is that the idea?
At first, the Dendro Archon was reluctant to explain it in great depth for safety reasons. Later, she came to terms with it, and simply informed my master that we would all have to face the question of survival together. To protect someone from such dangers means keeping them in the dark, but for someone to know and embody the wisdom within, they must understand its very essence. It's an information hazard. We're exposed to danger just by knowing the facts, and just like bait, it lures us in by offering us the solution to our problems. But if you're not careful, you'll end up pursuing it down a dark path. A tricky problem. But today, this big problem has been broken down into many smaller, more trivial ones.
What do you mean?
Ah, I get it. For instance, you and I share secret knowledge, while she and I take on the risks of life, death, and fate. Something like that?
Hey, what? That is not what I call a trivial problem.
Well, as they often say in Vahumana, an event that is monumental to the individual is negligible in the grand scheme of history. Generally, the fate of the individual is an insignificant affair.
Being from Amorta, where the subject of our research tends to be a lot more personal, I have to disagree. It's hard to dismiss the individual as insignificant.
In other words, the big problem of survival has been broken down into many small, interconnected factors, and each one of us represents one of those factors.
When the same secret is shared with a group of people, the same fate binds them together. Most people would find this unimaginable, but to us scholars, this is the path that has always beckoned to us.
Sharing knowledge is a good way to fight against fate. I will always believe in that. All right, I think that's everything.
Thanks a lot. But don't go anywhere just yet.
Okay, the materials are ready. Alhaitham, how are you getting along?
Most of the information in Aru is written in ancient desert scripts. Some of this is written in a tribal language, while other parts seem to be a variant of an Oasis script, based on the glyph forms.
Oh. Not lost to history, I hope.
Some are. All we can do is infer the meaning based on the rules of related languages. Although, this section actually fills in some of the missing historical record.
After Aru started up, 2 more lines of text appeared here. Can you read them?
Humans may not read what is written by the gods, except by not reading. Victory should not be easy to attain, for it symbolizes divine wisdom. Knowledge must not waver, for it has external borders.
Is this a clue to solving a puzzle? Or is it being symbolic? You can't read it unless you don't read it. Victory is wisdom. Knowledge is confined. Wait, I think I've got it. It's a metaphor, isn't it? It's talking about...
A chessboard.
You were right. The youth of today are skilled at solving.
Have the secrets buried in the desert not been unearthed over the years all the same? Since Aru is a place reachable through wisdom, this day was bound to come sooner or later.
Oh, I've always been against overly cryptic sentences. Don't you get tired of reading and writing all that?
Ah, it's you three. Just in time. We've been delving deep into Aru, and now this board has appeared.
I've heard this was how you'd while away your free hours. You must be quite the experts by now in that case.
It is true. King Deshret's chess games are some of the most well-loved of all his wonderful creations. If you have ever been to Safhe Shatranj, you may well be familiar with the chess pieces you see here.
Is this chessboard supposed to be another visualization of the interior?
Naturally. Visitors, everything is ready. Only by completing the challenge on the board in accordance with the rules will you...
1 second. It's not dangerous, is it?
Dangerous?
I should be the one to go, then.
Sounds like the self-confidence of our present company has rubbed off on you.
Don't be ridiculous. I'm your upperclassman.
I appreciate the sentiment, but a game of chess typically requires Besides, I'm sure they won't let things get out of hand. Keeping things relatively safe is in your best interest too, isn't it?
Fair enough. I mean, you guys are controlling the difficulty.
Ah, but Bennu said he wanted to put some respect into these whippersnappers.
Thank you. Obviously, we'll still... This doesn't seem like ordinary chess.
No, you must enter the board and pass the trials we have placed there.
Ready?
Let's do it.
The first trial is posed by me.
I don't think this is gonna stop us.
Ah, but the key to this game lies in working together. Otherwise, you will be deemed to have broken the rules.
Looks like it's up to me. Marak, can you open it?
King Deshret's favorite primal construct. Living on in suitcase form, of all things. Amusing.
Ho-ho! Excellent work. Now is the time for my trial. Now, don't be nervous. I'll make it nice and easy for you.
Really?
Thanks in advance. We appreciate it.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Ibis King, don't you think this all rather inappropriate? You may as well be handing them victory on a silver platter. Do not expect me to follow your lead.
Ha! Suit yourself.
Done.
Finally, it's over. But seriously, that was incredible! Standing on the chessboard felt completely different from standing on solid ground. And also... Oh, sorry. I'll save my thoughts for later. Thanks to the three of you for helping us out with this. Is it just me, or were you giving us quite a lot of guidance along the way?
We made but a humble contribution.
You lived up to our expectations. Bravo! Our aid was not given for naught.
In addition to the existing functions, I'd like to ask you for another favor. Since Aru's interference shield can cover the entirety of the mausoleum, it should be possible to extend its range even further. Perhaps you can find a way.
So, building upon the existing functions to... Ah! I'm with you!
Imagine for a moment. What would the ideal outcome look like if this function were compatible with the devices?
I agree. This is the best solution possible. Please, everyone, we beg you to help us.
Me, oh my! Well, since you ask so very nicely, I suppose... Goti? Croco? What do you say?
Naturally.
Time to go! Let's go find Nahida! There you are. Miss Nicole truly is an angel. She shows great wisdom in guiding others, and she has already sent word to Natlan on our behalf. She said that while the other members of the Hexen Circle are busy with important work, she is quite free, and she's more than willing to accompany the people of Sumeru for the entire journey. Oh, yes, Nicole, all right. Always super patient and loves to help everyone out. She's the best. She is. So kind and enthusiastic. Well, time for us to get going. Let's head out.
This should be one of the closest places to Natlan in all of Sumeru.
Okay.
There's the barrier
Is
Nicole
Malvika
and
showing up?
Nefer mentioned. It completely cuts this nation off, but why? Why separate you from the rest of the world now? And if I'm not mistaken, Irminsul was polluted once before, wasn't it?
Hey, there she is. Isn't it? Off the bike
Good
to
question. I'm wondering the same thing myself.
That voice. Mawika! You got here pretty quickly.
Hello, traveler.
How does she know to come?
It's been a while.
Character's been introduced. Throw it up in his. Let's go. It looks so fleshed out.
Hello, Dendro Archon.
Malika, I apologize for asking you to meet at the border. I also apologize for not being able to greet you in person. The form in which you see me now is one carried by the Traveler. The real me is inside the mausoleum of King Deshret.
Question I have,
and
like,
I'm reaching out to you with my mind from here. Irminsul has been infiltrated by the Doctor. We must be on our guard.
The who?
As he can spy on information in the world from within the tree. Fortunately, there is no record of the Traveler in Irminsul, and you are still within Natlan's borders.
My records will be preserved in the Night Kingdom, rather than the ley lines. As long as the Night Kingdom remains disconnected from the ley line cycle, the Doctor has no way of knowing my movements.
Exactly.
So by meeting each other in this way, the meeting essentially never happened. No wonder Paimon didn't come. You were concerned that her activity would be recorded by Irminsul. The Natlanese have heard about the situation in Sumeru. With the borders sealed off, merchants have been forced to stop their shipments. It's pretty serious, and you're the ones bearing the brunt of it.
I'd like to address the question you raised at the beginning. I don't reach this conclusion gladly, but... Natlan were at the height of their power. So even when the people of Sumeru became ill because of pollution, it was not a critical issue from the perspective of Irminsul itself. As long as it continues to function normally, but this time, the Doctor's invasion has directly affected the tree. That is what caused the barrier. The Heavenly Principles established a rule that when Irminsul is plunged into grave danger, a portion of power will be reserved to isolate Sumeru. That way, even if Sumeru is destroyed, the outside world at least has some time to catch its breath.
We'd certainly need it.
The Heavenly Principles created almost everything that exists in Teyvat today. To them, preserving the existence of the world and its inhabitants is priority over protecting Sumeru.
Meaning, protecting Sumeru now falls to you.
Yes. My own power may be limited, especially compared to yours. But that doesn't mean that we're just gonna sit around and wait for the—
Nicole of the Hexen Circle didn't say exactly what this meeting was about. But after hearing everything you've said so far...
That's right. Nahida and I discussed it at length.
You need the pyronosis, don't you?
Yes. You guessed correctly.
This is how Malika loses her gnosis. I thought a Fatui would show up.
To borrow it, but the situation is far graver than I foresaw. So instead, what I ask of you is...
Nahida gave away two. They had two gnosises, and she gave both of them to the Doctor, and now she's like, oh, maybe I should have kept one.
Why do you sound so nervous? There's no need to be shy.
Surely a gnosis is pretty important to a god.
Yeah, girl, you're a human being.
I guess, but it's not as if losing it would suddenly render us powerless.
Well, that's you're Nahida. You had two gnosises, gave away both of them. And then Bitter Lemon is like, oh, sure, this is important to a god. Ask Nahida why she gave.
But I'm sure you don't need me to tell you that. With all the nations you've traveled to, and all the gods you've met, you must have realized that by now. As far as I'm concerned, a gnosis is basically an elemental energy enhancer.
She gives
but
this.
I don't usually use it. You know me. I like to think I'm pretty strong without it.
What? Tell me this whole time you not me using it. I don't use. What's happening here? You're about to get sit here, and you just said on the 2 times she's gonna give away your gnosis. That would make 3 noses.
Yeah, not about to dispute that.
So you see, you don't need to sweat it.
How do we even give the
Take
nose?
the pyronosis.
Huh? Just like that?
Uh-huh, just like that. To tell the truth, I've always toyed with the idea of giving it to someone who needs it more than I do. I know you accompanied Nahida here to try and increase the chance of success. It's a good thing you did, because your involvement is one of the main reasons you
doctor?
managed to persuade me.
Are you sure about this? Handing over your gnosis?
I won't try to quantify it, but trust me, handing over the gnosis to Tumaini is far from the craziest idea. Besides, even if you hadn't come here personally, I think Irminsul doesn't just affect Sumeru. It
But you know
impacts
Irminsul
all up
abandoned
to
Europe?
that. I know all too well how difficult it can be to protect the things you care about. So logically, morally, or however you want to cut it, helping you is the right thing to do. You don't need to tell me the specifics of your plan. Where the gnosis is involved, the tighter the
To bring up
secrecy,
the fact that
the
they
higher your
gave
chances
away
of success.
what's it?
Malika,
Wouldn't need to be begging you
my
to keep one.
heartfelt thanks go to you and the people.
Don't mention it. But now for the hard part.
I have an idea.
I reach for it. Part of Hermit. I could have left this entire time.
Just as I thought.
Incredible.
Just made a lucky guess. This seems to happen quite a lot. Things that apply to everyone else don't seem to apply to me. I figured the same might be true.
Irminsul usually produces effects based on the records it holds.
Also, should
Since
the record.
the Traveler is a descender, Irminsul
Because
can
entire
hold
life
no
should not be
records
recorded.
of him, and thus has
Is that right? You real catch.
Whoa! Thank you, Mawika.
Devil.
Thank you for trusting us with something so important.
All right, all
Well, if we just
right.
walk
No
back
need to
through
get
it,
so
what's this?
formal. It's not like we're strangers. Besides, there's still one problem. You might be able to pass through the barrier, but I don't know about the gnosis.
I have the pyronosis in my hand.
Can you absorb
it?
it?
Feels strangely ordinary.
Can you absorb
Not
it?
particularly heavy, and yet I need to think hard about my memories of Pyro. My memories of journeying.
The character here is Pyro.
All those important experiences I've had.
The gnosis disappeared.
I'm fine. The pyronosis disappeared into my body.
That's 0.
Just like float.
Maybe it resonates with you because you've mastered the power of phlogiston.
Oh, my character's
You
so.
might not be recorded in the ley lines.
For now.
Please allow me to express my gratitude once again.
Pleasure. Well, I've given you all the help I can.
We won't let you down.
Yeah. We aren't about to lose.
You give him the third nose.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you feeling? Paimon's a teensy bit nervous, but only a teeny. Of course. After all the adventures you've had with.
I'm doing all right. What about you?
With the negative effects of Irminsul, I'm a bit like a piece of fruit that's been burrowed into by hungry insects and left to rot. But please don't worry. We all know what we're getting. Stoking the fire inside oneself is certainly.
Me too.
I think there's someone else here who would share that sentiment.
Don't worry about what I think. I was just.
What are you talking about, hat guy? This is the top floor.
Says who? You can fly just like I can. I would have thought it makes sense to you of all people.
I don't know why, but
It shows that you feel comfortable laying down your burdens in our presence. And we feel exactly the same way around.
Fun. Enough yapping. It's serious. Might as well list everybody up.
It's finally done. Ugh, but I have a nagging feeling that there's something I've forgotten. Oh, there you are. Okay, fair enough. That was a pointless question.
You must really be exhausted.
Well, it's...
When work ends?
Yeah, we're definitely due a break. Here, this one's for you.
Thanks.
You want a bite?
Are you nervous?
A little, yeah.
Because everything that happens next is beyond my individual control.
What do you mean?
There's only so much I can do.
Was it like this?
You mean with Azar and his accomplices? Yes and no. The situation back then was easy.
So the enemy is stronger? I still vividly remember the way you interrogated me in the library after the fact. Where were you when...
If your memory is so vivid, you might also recall that it was you who came looking for an argument. You're often the one who initiates these things, you know.
I came for a conversation! I didn't know it...
What do I think? I think we're certainly better off for it.
It's good having me around to help out.
Absolutely. As a citizen of Sumeru...
Certainly feels that way. I just... So, the sky is so clear. And there isn't a whiff of...
Awful things
gosh, shut the
what
fuck
you
up,
and
please.
I have done is increase our chances.
Lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against... Oh, nothing. I hope everything works out.
Lofty idea. Okay, I heard.
It will. As long as we stick to the plan, our chances of success...
It's really strange. You're my...
I think it's mostly a matter of temperament.
Ugh. Walked right into that one, didn't I? It's real.
I think it...
Ugh.
Word to me. Is that the... My day.
We'll make our move.
Good.
As much as possible.
That'll be enough.
Master Tainari! Mr. Sino! I brought some...
I know how easily...
I gotta ask, though. Who's on juice making?
Madame Farazan said she was feeling a little nervous, so I told her about the automatic juicer my friend invented. She took it right off me and started making Cardin after...
A juicer? Did Sucrose send...
Yeah! I hadn't had the chance to try it out before this incident occurred.
The juice is very sweet.
I think so too.
Kale, how are you feeling?
Physically, I'm okay. It just still feels strange to me. Why would a great power like this come to someone like me?
Didn't really come to you. It's kind of forced
I
upon.
know the feeling well.
If anything,
That same
it's-
question ran through my mind every
Nice
day as a
step.
kid.
At least now, you have someone who can relate to you.
All the more reason that you should apply for Spontamod. Tainari feared...
Those two things are completely unrelated.
What are we all chatting about, Would anyone like any juice? I had some earlier, ma'am. Very well, very well.
There's this enormous power, and then there's little old you. You feel like there's no connection between...
Yeah. But after all this
That's the
time,
guy she's
I can't believe this stuff still gets to me sometimes.
Kale, just because we normally keep the conversation light doesn't mean we... I don't think it's childish at all. You were the victim of a terrible crime. It's normal to struggle with the fallout from it.
My professor once told me that no incident can be considered truly resolved until your rage and your
Thanks. Miss Nicole said that. The same god remains which were once used to inflict so much pain upon me have now become a weapon with which I can protect everyone. Every innocent person who's been hurt needs time to realize, but it's all about to be over.
I don't know if you've noticed, but you rarely stumble over your words anymore, and your outlook has become much more positive.
And since this isn't over, you can settle the matter on your own terms.
Does it have the
It's time you seized back control.
Yeah. Sumero is my home.
And once you're done, how about you come back?
Stop it with the sales pitch,
Or
would
the
you?
silence that
Hey, excuse me.
Probably
There are
one
still
time.
3 unclaimed cups of juice here. Why don't you take one each? Ugh, my arms are getting sore from carrying.
Madame Farazan, why are you... Here.
Thank you, Madame Far.
Drink up and enjoy my handiwork. I think I'm going to make something else now instead.
Please, try to relax, Madame Farazan.
I know. Drink up and enjoy my
Please.
I know.
Well, then again, I know can't.
Something on your mind?
Nothing in particular. It's just...
But the future has not yet arrived.
Some people know that there's an impending disaster. People are shaped.
I've always found the perspective of the Vahumana Darshan to be a particular...
Even at the height of the crisis in Nodcry, people held diverging opinions.
Indeed. Regardless of faith, gender, wealth, skin color, or eye color, everyone...
The world has never been an especially fair place. Yet now... If only...
Era. To me, that term represents a much greater span of time. It can be an unsettling word.
Do angels even
Yes, at least I do. I fear the gap that grows wider with each past time renders all memories insignificant and reduces all splendor to nothing.
You're very human and...
If angels draw too close to humanity, our wings burn away in the bright flame of awareness, and we fall to the earth.
ITS.
After spending so long among humans, I have lost much of my former glory.
Maybe that's a good thing. You're more human than some humans are.
I've been talking to Kale a lot in recent days. We seem to be in completely opposite situations. I suppose that makes us good case studies for
Case studies for...
myself, I suppose. After comparing the two of us, I suddenly discovered that I desired... It was a gentle, pleasant sensation, guiding humans to make the...
Okay, this chick in the forest that worships Scaramouche. Oh god. That guy.
Look at the time. I should head
Ito,
back.
ito?
I'm so sorry.
I'm
But shouldn't have
fine.
met her. Oh god. Can't believe it. I'm like, there's no way they're gonna bring Scaramouche back. Because we just met him when here they are. Asia Scaramouche finally meet.
Wait,
Have we met?
not exactly. I think we may have crossed paths by the house.
Oh.
You recognize me?
The clue's in the name.
Fair point.
It's getting...
I could ask you the same question.
Well, I have something of a background in...
Did you find the experience in...
Honestly, it was tedious and uneventful at first. But eventually, I think I did sense... I was told that I even shed tears while I was meditating. Though I...
Not at all. It just proved good night. I wish you...
Thank you, sir.
I guess that's all we get.
Good night.
Thank you, sir.
Too bad we've got a fight tomorrow.
Fight
Could
what?
really do with a stiff drink.
Let us pray instead.
Prayer.
Lord Sangama Bay.
That's right. Actually, I was hoping I might run into you, Dia. I wanted to let you...
No, really? I'll take two. Any chance of a friend's...
I knew you'd ask that. Surprise! It's free of charge.
That's very generous of you, Lord Sangama Bay.
Nope. Turns out, it's not that easy to turn a profit there. I even ran some assorted losses. But remember that merchant caravan you two rescued in the desert last month?
No way! I had no idea that was your shipment. Explains the, eclectic mix of goods, though.
Lord Sangama Bay's investment in the
A
desert
word I'm not
and
familiar with.
generous stockpiling of goods has helped many people over the years. The shelters you funded especially have made life...
Wait, how did you know about that? Oh, I see. Nefer told you, didn't she? Ugh, that pesky lady. Aren't intel brokers at least supposed to charge for divulging people's secrets?
She and Candace go way back. It's normal for close friends to share things you wouldn't tell to everyone else.
Sure, but why did they have to be things about me?
That's how Nefer shows that she cares. She wishes for all of us to know what a generous person you truly are.
It must be hard trying to make a living far away from home. Just because we can tell what kind of person you are doesn't mean everyone else can.
Well, maybe her intentions were partly good, but I don't think that's the full story. I'm sure she enjoyed knowing how much it would annoy me. I'm telling you.
Definitely with you on that. Does praying...
Defending one's home is a just cause. My heart is filled with a mix of anger and hope.
Anger. You know, being able to get angry is a good thing. It shows that you're in touch with the real world, and that you have the passion to pursue something you believe in.
Oh, my lady? What are you doing out here?
Just taking a walk to clear my head.
Hey, there's Zorda's
Where I
here.
ended up.
Why? Where's
Were
Nilu?
you praying just now?
Layla
Yes,
have
Miss
to.
Dunyarzad. Would you like to join us?
Layla gets no.
Come on, it's fine. She won't mind who you pray to.
Oh, then sure.
Would you like to join? She prays to the flower god.
I remember you, Miss Dunyarzad. You visited my shop before. If I recall correctly, the god you worship is the Dendro Archon, correct?
That's right. She is such a gentle and kind god. But to me, she's more than just a god. I see her more as a friend. And so do many others.
Archon.
She's
This is
not
the
some
herder.
almighty god who reigns on high.
And
but
at
a
that
genuine
time,
friend.
birthday,
Agreed,
and
agreed.
everybody.
She's a wise teacher and a good friend.
I spoke
Joe.
with several people during the evacuation. Everyone's aware that tomorrow's battle is one that ordinary people can join too. A
Sure.
battle to fight for our friends and our homeland. Oh, it makes me glad.
Groundhog
I
Day
can
with people.
finally do something for those who protected me.
You've grown so much since we first met.
Oh, a compliment?
Yeah, this seems like this kind of feel
More,
like the end. Of,
please? Thank you.
My lady, you've
Everything
always
is
been a
wrapping up?
remarkably strong and ambitious person. It's an... What are you praying for?
Other
Our
reasons.
beliefs may not be entirely the same, but we both wish for the same thing.
I pray that everyone will rise to the challenges ahead and return safe and sound.
I pray for the safe return
Remember
of
what
all
happened
my
on-
companions.
Yeah, so that thing, that filmmaker, and eventually back up in
Time to go! Let's meet
Film?
the others at the mausoleum of King Deshret.
possible. For like I feel like fun, like so much that happened.
I have not felt
There
this
is
way
adventure mode.
in a long time.
And they're sticking.
Standing up high, gazing out at the rolling dunes. One cannot know what freedom truly means without first losing it.
The Golden Slumber truly lives up to its name as a dreamland. Though desert sands exist there too, no
Yes,
mirage, no matter how glorious, can compare to true beauty.
Dendro Archon, what is on your
Lights.
mind?
I was wondering, whose counsel I
There are
should
many.
seek on the questions in my heart?
What kind
Have
of
the-
questions?
So many. More than can be put into words. As I once said to a friend, we look, we see, and we comprehend. But the question still troubles us. What are the many disasters that this world
What is the-
faces, but the sum of all irresolvable questions?
The biggest question you should be asking is how to seize victory.
Our Lady.
Yes. Although, I would express it differently. I must not fail. And so the question I am most curious about now is whether the path to victory will be an arduous one.
What we declare to be a young sapling, we may, in fact, find to be a towering tree, if we would only cast aside our ignorance and look beyond the veil of time to see her true form.
Nahida! We're here! Just in time. The
What is this?
preparations are almost complete.
What happens
when you are.
Remember Rukaspada after there?
We're here too.
Like we're bringing back people of Scar.
You run so. I thought I'd get a lot of exercise.
Sorry, I got a little carried away.
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the equipment is ready, and the mod.
As discussed during our meeting,
Again, it's
Accessing Irminsul via the Akasha is no longer feasible at this stage. There are other options, it's just... they're a little more extreme and more technologically
So all this
demanding to
happening-
implement. Maybe you should take it from here.
The architecture and functionality of the Akasha terminals overlap
with-
considerably with Aru. There is reasonable evidence to suggest that one was developed based on the other, or that they both utilize technology of the same origin. As long as the transplant and merge operation succeeds, Aru should theoretically work on a scale greater than the Akasha and approximately equal to Irminsul. It will become the largest active computing device in all of Teyvat.
But you can make a smaller handful. That would be the biggest. Again, there are some machines. And if that would have been cool. Contain is enough. The only mechanic. Savvy character.
A system this powerful is capable
Didn't know
of a
that.
lot of different things.
Terminate.
In the past, the Akasha
know
was
that.
primarily used for one-way information transmission, but I suspect it could also serve as a central bridging hub. In the pursuit of greater knowledge, some scholars have attempted to connect their consciousness to Irminsul through the use of terminals, incense, and meditation.
Correct. In academic language, scholars who reach that stage are said to have entered Satyavata life. Hypatia has performed this practice many times in the past, and she was once under my care for a period of time.
Right. And this at least proves that there is a zone within Irminsul that can be connected to.
That's right. Providing wisdom to the people is one of the very reasons for Irminsul's existence. I think I understand where you're going. Please, continue.
In that case, I'll skip to the conclusion then. We need to further modify Aru, merge it with the Akasha, manufacture terminals, and distribute them to every single person we can reach.
Every person? Even the desert folk?
Yes, everyone.
I've already calculated the amount of raw materials we need.
So you mean we're going to get new Akasha terminals?
Yes, but this time the people of Sumeru won't be using them to acquire knowledge, just to connect to Irminsul. That's the key.
When we evacuated the city, we brought all the important assets from the House of Dana, in case we ended up needing them. Fortunately, this included the Akasha system's main terminal. We've checked all the relevant records, and one thing is certain. Nothing like this has ever been done on this scale before, so...
Everyone in Sumeru is part of the plan. Whoever controls the people controls the situation.
Since this function of Irminsul was introduced, it has only ever been made available to scholars, who don't constitute a particularly large group of people. But by expanding the scale to include all the people of Sumeru, all the individual connections will stack up to create a significant load on the system. Under normal circumstances, Irminsul would be able to cope with the additional load. But with it already being under strain from other activities, its remaining capacity is limited. Thus, it might be possible to shut it down completely by overloading it.
Don't live here. Back to fuck.
Counting down. 3, 2, 1.
Are you ready?
Prayers.
Ready.
What's up?
In the past, when people sought knowledge, they turned to the Tree of Wisdom.
Oh, you're still relevant. Oh, like...
Today, we use it to save Sumeru and the whole world. These boughs that nurtured learning must not become tools for destroying the world.
Why is Doctor so obsessed? We've gotten him twice as a boss. But we still don't know his reason. Why is that? What drives him so much?
Stop. Please stop. End this transformation.
They talking to the tree?
would shut down Irminsul just to stop me? You fools. I have all the time in the world.
Fucker, what?
Success! The evil Irminsul tree has stopped growing!
Great!
What a display of true courage! The courage to think and the courage to act! I never thought I would witness
What
the shutdown of
happened, or
Irminsul
whatever?
with my own eyes. Perhaps this is human.
Indeed, only humans could do such a thing.
What was once created for spreading knowledge is now used for another purpose.
I am grateful to you three for your help. Now, nobody who wears a terminal will have their activity accurately tracked by Irminsul. No matter how many eyes Dottore possesses, he will not be able to see us clearly. Now for the next step. I will need the help of your supreme powers once again.
How might we be of service?
I need to reach the Eternal Oasis immediately.
Right now?
In that case, Ibis King, would you agree that this is a fine opportunity to dust?
Never. I assume you have that chess set with you?
You mean the one you gave to...
How could I? You misjudge me. I just wanted to show you another way you can use it. Connect to Safei Shatranj.
Safei Shatranj?
Thoth's chess set gains its power from the chessboard laid out in the desert by King Deshret and ourselves. All ceremonies conducted using the chess set must be activated via Safei Shatranj. In other words, the chess set is an extension of the chessboard. In the past, moving a chess piece was a sacred and momentous
transfer initiated.
Yeah, we moved that chess
Entering
a lot.
live combat mode.
Not gonna play another game, are we? No more games. Just teleport me there. I could have been there by now. Allowed us to use a teleporter. Hey, he's just sitting here.
We haven't heard a single word from our spy in the desert. I'm afraid he...
Never mind.
But we spent years turning him. And
nothing comes for free in this world, but the loss is not without its purpose. For a small price, we have wasted a precious amount of the limited time they have. Quite a bargain.
What is he?
Understood.
Weighing profit against loss is a necessary part of life. But to tell
Only
the
gets
truth, I have been operating at a loss since this all began. Since many centuries ago, in fact. For instance, why would a banker act as the executor of a will? If you hadn't deposited your personal belongings at Northland Bank, I would have no reason to be here right now.
Talking about hostages.
Dottore, I've placed your final data backup into the ley lines as per our contract. I trust we are now square for the safe deposit fees you paid.
Is it not a little petty to split hairs like this, given our amicable relationship?
I consider sound bookkeeping a matter of principle.
How did you manage to do it? Did you get access? Great to be alive for that long.
Do not forget that you only live to see this day thanks to me.
Oh, wow.
In fact, every day of your life since you met me, you've been living on borrowed time.
Why, that's
Not a firm?
hardly a fair assessment. I will concede that my survival was perhaps at your whim, but I became a harbinger on my own merits. Managing money is not like other professions. Mine is not a role I could have acquired based on your
What was that?
recommendation alone. and certainly not one I could have lasted so long in without genuine ability.
The information stored in the ley lines is quite comprehensive. Rest assured, I have not forgotten how strong your pride is. Well, I presume you have no sense of fragmentation while talking with me.
How could anything possibly go wrong with such strict measures in place? The remainder of your soul was split in two, with one half sent to Nodcry and the other stored in the most secure vault of the Northland Bank. Though I must say, your disdain for the other segments is quite amusing. Zandik is you, and you are Zandik. Zandik created the segments, yet you, a segment yourself, reject him.
That is, Zandik, created segments of various ages in his later years. To achieve this, he had to freeze time and part with a portion of his soul. But as constructive as it sounds, it erases my uniqueness. If each segment is equally me, then by the same token, none of them are truly me. A soul living forever in the past inevitably holds different views than he did in his later years. The same thing that completes me also restricts me. You too might ask yourself which stage of your life you want to be preserved at. The day your business failed? Or the day you were framed by a gang and sold off to a medical lab as a test subject?
Oh, so that's how he came in.
We needn't dredge up the past.
This undesirable plan was eventually scrapped. Lesser Lord Kusanali was quite right. I needed an opportunity to eliminate myself.
Go on.
And after that, I concluded that there was no more effective plan than directly splitting the soul. Once the soul is transferred out, you will find that creating a physical body is far simpler than creating a puppet.
The other half of your soul suffered a crushing defeat in Nodcry, you know.
And yet in the process, I obtained the information I always wanted, did I not? Because now we finally know where the best testing ground truly lies.
I once thought your ultimate goal was to ascend to godhood. But as it turns out, that was merely one of your experiments.
Experiments take many forms. Most people are too eager for success, too fixated on the end goal. They forget that the experimental process itself is just as important. A suspiciously vacant seat, a new face. I trust you can put two and two together. The reason it doesn't exist is because someone tampered with the record.
You can see. So he's saying there's a 10th armiger that's got removed?
What can I say? After all your efforts, you really did uncover the world's secrets. So, is the new world you promised a lie?
No, it never was. I am glad to be able to control Irmin's soul from within. Now I shall attempt to create a new world inside the existing one. Almost everyone faces the prospect of death, but not a single person has ever been able to experiment unrestrained in the afterlife through sheer force of will. I am the only one to have overcome this enormous challenge. Would I not be letting the world down if I didn't make the most of the opportunity to experiment?
Clearly, the dividing of your soul did not affect the magnitude of your ego. Out of all the versions of you that have ever existed, this you is the most insane and the most radical.
And the other one was also
Is that
insane.
why you chose to work with me? Which was it then?
Could I call myself a venture capitalist without a suitably ambitious plan to invest in? Yours happened to fit the bill quite perfectly.
Well then, I must say, while I am surprised enough that you showed up at all, what surprises me more is that you chose to present yourself as my former subordinate, and not as the banker Pantalone.
Why make things harder than they need to be? Exposing my true identity in a situation like this would only serve to destroy diplomatic relations between Snezhnaya and Sumeru. I daren't imagine the consequences. Showing up in the name of the original antagonist gives you the recognition you rightly deserve, while also being sensitive to Snezhnaya's predicament. It wasn't easy. As for why I'm here, if you're suggesting that your credit is in the negative, I won't argue with that. Many people say that about you.
I'd argue that a significant factor in your willingness to cooperate is the fact that you have but a few years of life left after my death. Living and dying together has a way of binding two parties together rather closely. Is it not true that a relationship should be judged by both the positive...
So some of what I said actually made it into your head after all.
But
It's
that he's
true that
keeping
I
you
hope
alive,
don't
it
die
should
too
mean that
soon.
all his debt is wiped away.
Don't you find that a strange thing for me to say? After all, you've already had quite a long life. Especially for a human being.
Let's not pretend that you're any more innocent than I am. Are we not the same in this regard? We both despise the existing laws of this world, and neither of us enjoy being under anyone else's control.
Is it really so greedy to want the world to operate by a new set of rules?
Of course not, my dear friend. And as I've said before, mutual
Well, he honored
interest is the foundation for the most reliable of relationships. You can attest to that.
I just hope there never comes a day when I have to work too hard to prove that.
Regrader, sir. People have been spotted approaching Sumeru City.
How strange. Despite your access to Irminsol's data, it appears the soldiers noticed before you did. They must have found a workaround. Well, Dottore, I trust you know what this means. The fact is...
They're coming. They'll breach the city gates any moment now.
But even so, I would say Irminsol is a wonderfully convenient thing on the whole. If you do manage to create a new world, perhaps you could plant one outside my office, too.
I'll consider it.
What do you need me to do? Stall them?
The experiment will take time. Stall...
Very well. But you're really asking for the moon here. Have you heard this story? There was once a guilty man, kneeling in the center of a church while an angry mob outside waited to bring him to justice. He pleaded with the gods, begging them to grant him one final request: the chance to finish confessing his sins before he was sentenced. Many suns and moons passed, seasons changed, and still his confession continued, as if he intended to speak until the end.
Are you suggesting I worship you as a god? Or were you hoping that I might confess my sins to you?
Certainly not the latter. That would make my life miserable indeed.
By giving options. Possible as you reach.
I know it's a little late in the day to be asking this, but how have you been keeping?
I'm flattered that you would take the time out of your busy schedule to consider my well-being, Doc. The part of your soul that went to Nodcry caused quite a stir, sending our organization back to the drawing board on numerous fronts.
Dear me.
You certainly did. I had the rare honor of being summoned before the Tsaritsa with Pulcinella to answer for myself. A terrifying... Don't worry, I pulled through. At most, it's a public relations nightmare.
Now I'm curious. How did you explain?
Oh, it was quite simple. I just pinned the blame on someone who wasn't there to defend himself. I could hardly be expected to defy the demands of someone as insistent as the Second Harbinger.
How you slander me. You know full well that I am perfectly amenable to reason. There's no question that you are partly to blame for the ruin of my reputation over the... For someone who despises them so, you never seem to have any objections to me creating or becoming one. At first, I thought you'd be furious.
Concerned I would terminate our partnership?
Not at all. You had reasons why our partnership must continue.
But they follow the freaking.
Don't you
she's
find
a god?
people's attitudes toward gods amusing? A god descends from the heavens and people worship it unreservedly, blindly following whatever rules are given. And yet, when they see an ordinary person gain godlike levels of power by virtue of their own hard work, they treat him with nothing but suspicion.
Is that supposed to be a comp?
No. I was just thinking. I pity the man who would call you a compatriot.
There's no need to be so self-critical. Do you have anything lined up for when the...
Hard to say. Field work always takes quite a toll on me, as you know. Once I'm back at Snezhnaya, I'll start with a well-earned cigarette.
Why are you so eager to ruin your lungs after I went to the trouble of replacing them for you?
If you have an issue with it, feel free to try to stop me. What's on your mind?
The limits of humanity. It's a pity. Despite running countless calculations, I find there is simply no way to reduce any further the amount of one's soul required to sustain an individual.
It's rare to hear you admit to being unable to achieve something.
I beg to differ. For instance, as I've told you before, the original me was prone to motion sickness and couldn't make long train rides.
Ah, yes, of course. One of the reasons you often sent yourself out on errands. What are you thinking about
Take
now?
away that part of himself.
A new experiment. In the event that my soul was depleted, say we extracted my data from someone else's memories, yours for instance, and then combined it with your intact soul as the base material.
Such a scenario would be impossible.
Oh?
As long as your current soul survives, there will be no need to create a new individual. Don't forget, you were the one who approved of the present situation wherein only one Dottore remains. And if you ceased to exist, who would be capable of performing this experiment?
Since the day I met you, you've always excelled at talking your way out of a quandary.
Isn't it a little too early to be saying goodbye? Not that I wish to keep you from your business, of course. Very well. Let's leave the conversation there for now.
Kayla with a book. Conversation. They're real. Well, he's alive for centuries, and but yes, somehow he still keeps it. Like at that point, but the tortoise has been keeping me.
The power of King Desheret's 7 pillars is truly remarkable. With just a chessboard, you can move an entire unit across the material plane.
Just teleported here.
Yeah, sets us up for a much easier fight. Really makes my day. The last time we stormed.
I wonder how many people can say they stormed a city twice in their lifetime.
I was just thinking that. I've definitely had more than my fair share of unusual.
This is my first time here,
She's
actually.
here.
We never usually leave Gundar.
I assume she's the one from the R&R quest.
I hope this will be my last time.
Does everyone have to chime in? Can't we just fight?
What an amusing comment, my dear lady.
Where the hell is this thing
Yet
talking
humans
from?
often alleviate tension
The
via
inner
small
shield?
talk, do they not?
Why is...
Because the image on her shield is one of me. And I, of course, can appear wherever I wish to.
Well, la-dee-da. Isn't that fancy? Could I get in on this?
You wish for your gauntlet to speak? Why, certainly.
Ahem. I think you'll find that it is I whose image is carved hereupon.
Thanks. Definitely feel stronger now.
Girls need some power-ups.
You're
And these,
welcome, my lady.
all these cool stuff happening, and no one's getting stronger. Excellent.
Sino, what's the situation?
There are troops stationed at every entrance. Everyone, stick to the plan. We'll take the main entrance. You head for the house. Move out.
Question we have to control the character. No, you can't control the danger girl. I guess it. Sino team.
Take this!
Oh, Justice here.
Get
Danger Girl is here.
lost. Whew. Thank you, Jet.
You gotta be more careful. If you're not ready to put your life on the line, you can't be certain of defeating your opponent.
She's right. Keep your wits about you, Rana.
Poo poo.